That's just sports, baby.
Crowd goes wild. Strawberry ice, bringing fire and style. Reds, Bengals, Bearcats, all in my zone. This is my stage, my mic, my throne. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy's line is kicking down the door. Step into the ring where the passion ignites. Talking sports all day and all night. From the field to the court to the roaring stands. Strawberry ice with the world in my hands. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy's line is kicking down the door.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Iceman Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave. The Ice Cave is brought to you by Priority Lawn and Landscaping. You got properties or multiple properties you need mowed. You got, I don't know, landscaping project you need to get done. You need bushes trimmed. You need anything, and I mean anything. Lawn and landscaping required. Think Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Actually, don't think it. Call them at 513-430-6114. That's 513-430-6114. You can also follow them on Facebook. When you call them or message them, do me a favor. Tell them you heard about them from Sports with Strawberry Ice. What is up to everybody in the chat? We've got Stranger in there. We got Brad. We got T. Brookie. Tony Palazin. Mike Madden. Yes. Rip. This is back-to-back days. Yesterday's Michael Jamal Warner. Today's rock legend, Ozzy Osbourne. Stranger, same thing. R.I.P. Ozzy, rock legend. Kind of sad day for that. I love Ozzy and Black Sabbath. But this is a sports show, so we're going to get to the topics for the day. And they are as followed. We had breaking news. I don't know if it's breaking news, but update on the Bengals here from Ben Baby. Bengals running back Zach Moss will start on the active non-football injury list. This coming off the season-ending neck injury. Not really surprising to me. I honestly think he might be a long shot to make the team with them drafting of Brooks and signing of Samaje and Chase Brown established himself as the number one guy. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see what happens, but not really surprising there. Then, early this morning, we had the bombshell from Manti Te'o, who apparently is friends with Trey Hendrickson. And he called Trey, I guess, while Trey was driving to Florida on his vacation, that's what I'm calling. He's taking a vacation. He's going down there to hang out and clear his head. But Trey told Manti Te'o that the Bengals guarantees were atrocious. Now, the surprising thing to me is I've thought all along, and this has just been my opinion of what I've gathered from talking to the different Bengals beat writers and reading things, that I thought it was the length of the contract. According to Manti Te'o, who said he talked to Trey, it's not the length, it's the guarantees. Okay, so then let's give him a fully guaranteed one-year contract, get your ass in there, and let's play some football. I don't know. I'm not sure how much guarantee he wants, but according to Te'o, Trey says they're not even close. And like Mike Brown said yesterday, Trey's an emotional guy, which we all know that as Bengals fans that Trey's an emotional guy. So that's what we love about it. That's what makes him blackout Trey. I mean, I will never forget last year, the year before that, I was down there at training camp, and Trey was in blackout Trey mode. And I was like, what's up, Trey? And he whipped his head around there. And I think if he had laser beams, he might have shot him at me. But, I mean, that's Trey. So he's an emotional guy. I think it's good. Go down to Florida, chill out, relax. Hopefully let your agent take care of this. And hopefully by next week, maybe he's coming back from Florida and playing for the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, Shemar Stewart. All right, people. I've been arguing with people on Twitter about this all day because I said Mike Brown has done, Shemar Stewart's agent has done the impossible. He has made every Bengal fan agree with Mike Brown. where Mike Brown is saying basically, don't do anything detrimental to the team and you'll have your money. And people keep coming at me that acting like this is some groundbreaking thing that the Bengals are trying to do. Now, the Bengals have never put it in their contract. Now, Knight, who just signed the second-round pick a couple over the weekend, it might be in his contract. I have a very good feeling it's in there. I have no idea, but it's probably in there if they're fighting Shemar Stewart on this so much. He signed it. He also signed the waiver to go to practice. And he's, I don't know, a millionaire and going to play NFL football. Shemar Stewart is at Texas A&M. There are lots of NFL teams who have put this in their contract. This is not groundbreaking stuff that the Bengals are doing. I got a list for you, people. I put it on Twitter, and I'm going to put it here. We've got the list of teams. Let me start from the beginning here. We've got the Arizona Cardinals, Seattle Seahawks, New England Patriots. Now, read the top of NFL teams based on availability information. The following NFL teams are noted to often include similar clauses in their contracts. So that's what it said. Arizona Cardinals, Seattle Seahawks, New England Patriots, Baltimore Ravens, Dallas Cowboys, Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings, Los Angeles Rams, Pittsburgh Steelers, Denver Broncos, Buffalo Bills, San Francisco 49ers, Tennessee Titans, Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars, New Orleans Saints, Washington Commanders, Miami Dolphins, Los Angeles Chargers, Kansas City Chiefs, and the Cleveland Browns. So, again, this is not groundbreaking stuff that the Bengals are trying to do. It's the first time, well, like I said, it might be in Knight's contract, but it's the first time they're trying to do it to a first-round draft pick. Again, Shemar Stewart, you're getting terrible advice from your agent. Just don't go to jail. Don't do anything detrimental to the team. And guess what? You'll be a millionaire, and you get to play NFL football. And I keep saying this. I said this yesterday. He has a great, and I mean great opportunity right now to come in and establish himself as a first-round pick and get better. Trey Hendrickson's not here. The door is wide open for you to come in and establish yourself and prove the critics wrong, like you said you wanted to when you got drafted. But what you're doing is putting yourself behind the eight ball, putting yourself, Miles Murphy's going to be there, Joseph Ossai is going to be there. You're going to be behind them. You had a chance to maybe start on an even playing field with them, but that ship has sailed. So we'll see what happens. I think it's a big cluster F, and I think his agent is a moron. With that being said, let's get to my co-host for today. He joins me each and every Tuesday. He is the man, the myth, the legend. He's Joe Schmo. What's up, Joe?
You glossed over the death of Ozzy Osbourne way too fast. He was second concert I ever went to was Black Sabbath's reunion tour in 1999. Godsmack opened for them, and what a kick-ass concert. Ozzy mooned the crowd, and of course it was all on the Skyline Chili Vision shit there on Riverbend. So his 20 years, he was 76, so his 52-year-old, 50 whatever the hell old ass plastered up on a jumbotron. So that was fantastic. So
well, I wasn't trying to gloss over it. I figured you
glossed over it.
More to say about it than I did. I mean,
you glossed over it. You want to talk about Trey Hendrickson being whiny and wanting to avoid the drama while posting this shit on Instagram? Like, really, dude? Are you a 14-year-old girl?
Yeah,
come on.
Oh, you mean this picture right here?
Right. Right. Exactly.
I don't want to cause drama, but hey, y'all, I'm going to Florida.
Right. Exactly.
There you go. Yeah, Austin's with you. There you go. Rip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you heard him on the back at the beginning concert that they did, the fundraising concert they did a couple weeks ago, yeah, he sounded really, really weak. I think he had Parkinson's because one of the three foundations that raised $190 million for Parkinson's Foundation, for a children's hospital, and for a children's hospice. Exactly. So that's a lot of money, and for a dude who's the Dark Knight, and for someone who's Lord Prince of Darkness, like that's a lot of good that dude does. So
there you go. Well, there is our thing to Ozzy. I mean, Jamal Warner died yesterday. I kind of said the same thing. So
I know.
Yeah, it's not
like
Theo.
Why can't it be people? Why can't it be people that suck that die? It's got to be Theo.
It comes in 3, so
I know.
Who's the third one? All right, let's get to some comments here. Gregory said, eliminate the drama, take the clause out until next year. Can't afford to have a number 1 draft pick Another bust. Sign Trey with a high signing bonus to your guarantee. The point of this whole thing, like Mike Brown said, and I don't hate it, but I'm kind of taking Mike Brown's side of this a lot. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. I mean, really, all they're asking you to do is to not basically don't go to jail.
Yeah.
Don't do stuff detrimental to the team. Also, if you guys watched the clip, not the one that I tweeted out, but there's other clips where Mike, when he just added on to what he was saying, he said, I'm not even saying we're going to take his money away. He said, I just think we should have the option to do that, which I agree with. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but if I go to jail, I'm not getting paid. So it's a pretty standard thing that I just went through a whole list of teams that have done this. I don't know what the big deal is. Just sign the freaking thing. The biggest thing that for me is Shemar is missing his opportunity. I mean, the door was wide open. If he signs the same time Trey does, well, Trey comes in. He's not going to get more snaps than Trey. Miles Murphy and Joseph Osai were already established, but they were in camp. So Shamar's going to be behind all of them already, and he had a chance to come into camp. Trey not being there, getting lots of snaps, establish himself as a good player, hopefully, and it's gone. I mean, that's gone.
Yeah.
That's been sailed. This agent has royally screwed him over. Who gives a crap? It has nothing to do with yes, it has something to do with his money, but it's not any more money. He's slotted. Don't do anything dumb, and you'll get your money. You're a first round pick. First round picks, unless you're a complete bust, get their money.
Nobody's gonna pull the cord on that. It's funny because the two out of all 250, I don't know how many draft picks there are anymore. 256, 260, somewhere in that range. The only two that haven't signed is Shemar Stewart, who's holding out over that clause, and Quinshon Judkins, who's literally facing jail time. For an arrest on domestic violence charge.
Right.
Like that's and. I don't know. Like it's. I mean, Brad puts here. All he's got to do be a role model and follow the rules. You don't have to be a role model.
You have to be a role model. Just follow the rules. It's
right,
well, Mike Mann put it up here. And that's what I'm kind of wondering.
I don't think so.
Well, because what's the big deal? I don't understand what the big deal is. I don't get it.
I honestly don't think it has nothing to do with him. And yeah, like T. Brooky's saying here, like the agent's trying to make he has a terrible, terrible client list. Zay Flowers dropped him. He's got a couple running backs with J.K. Dobbins and Gus Bus. Is that one of the other? I forget.
Maybe something like that.
Nobody's making a lot of money.
He's got Baby Gronk. That's all you need to do. Baby Gronk is on there.
Yeah, he doesn't have any premier NFL contracts, and he lucked into a first round pick with Shemar Stewart, and he's just getting shit advice. I don't think it's got anything to do with him. Well, I think so. The store's not hiding anything. The guy with he had literally no issues, personalities. There's him change the schools and all shit like that. But it's about his just agent has now drawn this line in the sand, and I don't know if he I don't know if Shemar believes what he's being sold, or what his agent's selling him or whatever, but it's got nothing to do with him.
Right. And that's what this Corey Dillon has said this on my show here multiple times. Shemar, you don't work for the agent. The agent works for you. You can tell him, screw it. I just want to get signed. I don't know what this guy's, I'm curious as to what this guy is telling Shemar, because they're acting like this is something that is groundbreaking for the NFL, which it's not. Other teams have done lots of others. I just went through a list of 10 teams that have done this before.
I mean, they tried to put it in Mims' contract, and Mims representatives negotiated it out, but this isn't something that's new.
Yeah. And Knight might have it. I don't know. I think he does. If they're doing this big deal with Shemar Stewart, second round pick, probably got it in his contract. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm assuming so.
I don't know. I will look that up. Well, if I knew how to spell Demetrius. Hey, I did smell. Did I? No, it's Demetrius. Hang on.
Demetrius. T. Brookie, his agent. Yeah, sure, I put that there. Let's go with this one. Austin. Shemar Stewart should be a good sport and sign a freaking contract. It's not that hard. It's not even a matter of being a good sport. It's not that big. It's not that big of it. It should be more important to Shemar Stewart to get into camp, because look, he can get the words out of this contract. If he sucks, he's going to be Miles Murphy here in a couple of years, where you're at the end of your contract and you got to make an impact or you're going to lose out on the chance to make more money. And I'm not trying to dump on Miles Murphy, but Miles Murphy hasn't done a whole lot. And the Bengals really need Shemar Stewart to do well. Shemar Stewart needs to do well to keep making money. Like, you're making a big deal over something that should not be a big deal because there is nothing in Shemar Stewart's background that says he's got a DUI, domestic violence, or
DUI like wouldn't like DUI isn't something that the teams would default a contract on. Demetrius Knight does have the default language.
There you go.
So, and now granted, I mean, there's you can't compare 49th pick with with someone in the first round, but I mean he got 80%. I mean, Demetrius Knight got a good deal for a second rounder, so it's not as if the Bengals aren't willing to break some molds with certain things. Obviously, we're still dealing with that shit, but
how much of his contract is it? 80% of his contract is guaranteed.
Guaranteed at signing.
Yeah,
so it's probably just 2028 money that isn't fully guaranteed, like the last year of his rookie deal.
And I don't know that for a fact, but I know for a fact they didn't do this before Zach Taylor and Joe Burrow got here. That's what the national media the Bengals are at it again. Like, the Bengals have come so far from where they were from the 90s to Marvin Lewis era. They still are not to where we all want them. I don't know if they'll ever get to where we want them to be. There'll always be something we'll be irritated with them about. But this is such a minute thing to hold your NFL career up when people are already giving the Bengals crap for drafting you in the first place, saying they shouldn't have drafted you. And now you're holding yourself out of camp. And again, just tell your agent, I want to come into camp and sign. You're hurting yourself. Your agent's not helping you.
There it is. James Cook, the other running back. Again, I knew he had a couple running backs.
Nobody big.
I do want to take exception because everyone's saying, oh, well, the Bengals are the only reason he was a first-round pick. That's bullshit. Every big board I looked at, every mock draft, he was like as high as the top 10, and most of them had him somewhere in the middle, 12 to 20 in that range. Bengals didn't reach. It was a reach for a team that needs instant productivity, but you're not, or expecting on that guy because they need instant productivity because you're not getting that productivity at that spot, or he would have gone higher. But like he wasn't a reach. Like, this is someone if the Bengals didn't take him, someone else would have taken him. It's like the same shit with John Ross. Everyone said John Ross wouldn't have. No, John Ross was going to go in the first round. Like, every single mock draft, every single big board had him somewhere between 10 and 20. Like, don't give me that crap. Guys flame out. It happens.
Yeah, Marvin Lewis kind of screwed John Ross because he wouldn't play him. that didn't help. So I'm not saying I have no idea if he would have worked if Marvin would have played him, but Marvin was like Lou and Aruma wouldn't play rookie. So, but yeah, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, I said reach because we needed an impact guy. If Nolan was there, freaking it was the Bills. I think they took whoever took Nolan right in front of us. They would have taken Nolan. That's who they wanted.
Cards.
Yeah, Cardinals. Thank you, Cardinals. So I blame
the Cardinals.
I'm with Jake Liska. I blame the Cardinals. It's the Cardinals' fault. If they would just not taking Walter Nolan, we would have had him.
Listen, it's always Cardinals. It's Cole Raymond. I grew up in Milford. Cole Raymond started running the GMC when I was in high school. Louisville Cardinals for UC.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona Cardinals / St. Louis Cardinals / Chicago, like the nomadic Cardinals. Screw them. Screw the St. Louis Cardinals because it's the St. Louis Cardinals. So yeah, it's the name Cardinals. Screw them all.
Is this your boy?
No.
Hello, Mr. Strawberry Ice Man. Ice old man from Michigan here. What's up?
Welcome, John.
What's going on?
That's where in Michigan are you? We got friends that are up
in the upper
northern
peninsula?
Michigan on vacation right now. What's that?
In the upper peninsula?
No, they're in northern Michigan, not in UP, but
I was trying to
on vacation. They're on the
trying to do my Canadian accent. Eh?
Well, that's not Canada.
It's close.
All you have to do is say a boot or
out about in a boot
or sorry. It's always sorry. Like Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future says, like the one time you can tell that he sounds Canadian, he says sorry to Doc Brown. Like, yep, he's Canadian. Get him.
Anyway. Chris, I'm all the way with Katie on this SS stuff. I'm kind of all the way with her on the Trey stuff too. I'm kind of with Katie. The players are probably wrong. I don't know, like the whole Trey stuff. I'm confused. We can roll into the Trey stuff here.
Another one whose agent kind of sucks.
Yeah, which I mean, I've said this before. Trey's agent screwed him when they had him sign the 1 year contract extension for lower money. Then we were all right, cool, you signed it, but I'm confused because I thought for months now it was Trey wanted stability. He wanted to be here in Cincinnati for a long term. Now Trey's saying it's the guaranteed money. So I'm like, make up your mind, you know.
Well, I mean, but that goes hand in hand though, because you can sign a 10-year contract, but if there's no money guaranteed after year 2,
true,
then there's nothing. Then are they really committing to you?
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but it's just get it done.
That's the thing. Like lose a negotiation. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I just want
to he's right. Take the L. Take the L for Shemar Stewart because it's the best interest of your organization. If you think that, if you're concerned that there's something in his person, something in his back, whatever in his history that's going to cause issues, you shouldn't have drafted him. So clearly, that's not. I don't think that's a concern. They've drafted guys with issues in the past. For better or for worse.
Yeah, or they could keep this stuff in there and give him more money on his bonus.
Just figure it out. They're called negotiations, and quit. You don't have to be like. My favorite quote from The Big Lebowski: "You're not wrong. You're just an asshole."
Who, me? What did I do?
I mean, yeah, you. I mean, but yeah.
I said all.
Actually, no, you are wrong, which is true. So that doesn't apply. You're rarely right, so it's never the.
No, you think I'm really right. I'm right on a lot of stuff, but that's here or there. Okay. Austin, I learned they can't because he's not in contact with them now. He wants to do that to himself. That's on him. Good luck trying to get on another team to pick him in the draft.
No, he's not going. He's not going back in the draft.
I've said this a million times. He's not going back in the draft. He will lose even more money. 2, he can't go back to school. He can go back there and practice all he wants. He can practice.
He can try to petition, but that's not happening, and no one's doing that.
And to get that to go through, you'd have to sue the NFL, which you're not winning against the NFL. Yeah. And you'd have to try to get your eligibility back. You're going to lose the whole year. That's going to take you a whole year to try to get your eligibility back as college football is about to start. So that whole thing is just dumb. He's not going to do it. I mean, Kat brought up yesterday he'd go to the CFL. There's no way he's going to go play the CFL. That'd be even dumber. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen. It's just it's just get this thing done. The thing that drove me nuts on Twitter today that people keep thinking that the Bengals are doing something that no NFL team has done ever before, which is not true. So we'll see. But tomorrow is the beginning of training camp. I'm excited. I'm gonna be down. Hopefully, I'll be down there. Are you fired up for football as much as I am, Joe? Or are you just kind of?
I'm fired up to stop talking about contracts and shit. I don't care about lawyers. I don't care about dotted lines. Just get out there, do some drills, and let's get the games going. The Hall of Fame game is next weekend, so let's get rolling.
Yeah, let's go, and we will. Dude, I've said that despite what's going on with the contracts, I still think this is a Super Bowl team. We got this elite offense. I call them the elite. Joe Burrow, Jack by Joey, Uno, and T, the best trio in football. All of them are signed. All of them are in camp. They're all there today. They're ready to go. You got Mike G back. Dave Lapham said this on his live stream today that he actually thinks the offensive line for the Bengals is going to be really good this year. And Lapp has forgot more about offensive line than I ever will. So I wish he would have answered my question who he thought was going to be the starting right guard. That's the one competition. It's going to be left guard's going to be Fairchild. Right guard is the question. I would really like, I've said this before, them to give Lee or Rivers, just give them a shot, see what happens at training camp. You know, I'm not saying string this thing along. We need to figure out who's going to be the right guard. But as far as the offensive line goes, if Dave Lapham says they're going to be pretty good, I believe him. What's your thoughts on that?
I love Dave Lapham. He's an employee of the team. I like this offense. Like they haven't done enough. They again, same thing as Cordell Volson. They addressed guard with a mid-round pick, And I like Dylan Fairchild. I don't think there's any reason to believe that he's going to like be bad, but that's not a premium pick. And they did not fill the right guard spot again, just throwing enough just awful, like terrible right guards at guys that have flamed out everywhere else. Cody Ford, I say this on every episode. Love Cody Ford, love everything he's about. I don't love him. I don't love him getting meaningful reps because he's just not a good offensive lineman.
Well, that's why I came back with
Lucas Patrick. I mean, Matt Lee again. Like and maybe this is more. He's got a better chance. Again, who knows if he's even taking reps there? And maybe he's got a better chance with Scott Peters with than with Frank Pollock. But they had a clear, absolute clear prototype in size and what they wanted to do with that position. They wanted someone who was 6'6". They want someone who's 330 pounds at guard, whether it's left guard, right guard, whatever. Matt Lee isn't that. So that doesn't mean he's not effective, but he doesn't. I mean, he's 6'4", 301. He's a couple inches shorter, and he's a good 25, 30 pounds lighter than what they what they're used to. So again, maybe Scott Peters wants something different, and he doesn't have that prototype to be out there, but I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, Surf and Reisner are still out there. T. Berkey wants to know why you're so down on Patrick. His numbers are not bad.
They're also not good. There's a reason that he was signed for what he was signed for when he was signed. Again, like if he's someone that came in and was filling for a game here, they're not really a problem. But again, as someone who's, and I'm looking him up, like looking his numbers up right now. And I know like the PFF numbers actually don't look too bad. But again, there's a reason that this guy isn't, was pretty much, I wouldn't say scrappy, but it was what, fourth, fifth wave of free agency available to, when offensive line play is so bad throughout the league.
Well, that's the thing. It is hard. That's why you got to get the best ones right off the bat. My only issue with Patrick is staying healthy. And I honestly believe that they want him. They are planning on him being the left guard.
Right guard.
Right guard. Sorry. Thank you. Right guard. I know I've said don't be surprised if it's Cody Ford, which I mean, if Patrick is injured, I think it's Cody Ford job, to be honest. But as far as the depth goes, it would be better to have Cody Ford and Rivers as your backup linemen because they both can play multiple positions. They both can play guard and tackle. So that would be better for the depth of the team. And that's what the Bengals plan are. And like I said, I see the Bengals plan. I don't like it. Like I said, I haven't liked it this whole offseason. I'm hoping it works. I mean, I haven't felt like this offseason was they pulled the oh shit handle. I think they had a plan to go to upgrade their coaches, draft at least one guard in the offseason or in the draft, which they did, and sign one, which they did. It wasn't a guy we wanted them to sign. I wanted to sign a higher one. And they are relying on Al Golden and the new Scott Peters, the new offensive line coach, to bring the talent that they have at this offensive and defensive line. And I keep going back to this. You've Orlando Brown, knock on wood, is not going to play with a broken leg next year or this year. Mims, I think he's going to take that next step. So I keep looking at this. You have two anchors at tackle that you haven't had. These are the two best tackles Joe Burrow's had. Ted Karras has been solid. He's great. I don't think he's going to have to fix the problems, hopefully not, that he had to last year with the guards. We're going to be able to get guys that could play, take a stunt. Fairchild looks quick. I keep going back to that wrestling thing, and I know it's a wrestling video, but the dude was quick on his feet. I think he's going to be, as long as he's average. That's all I want at the guard spot is at least play average. If they play average, I think our tackles are going to play above average, and that'll help the whole thing. So that's where I'm kind of with Lapham. I think it's an upgrade than what we had the last couple of years at guards. It's not as much of an upgrade as I would like them to have done. I wanted them to go sign two guards and be done with this thing. We don't have to worry about it. It's what I wanted them to do. But I also want them to sign Shemar Stewart, and I want them to sign Trey Hendrickson. That hasn't happened either. The defensive line. Joe Osai, I think he's been kind of like my breakout guy. I think he's going to have as long as he stays healthy. He made it all last year, did not get an injury, started coming on at the end of last year. We've seen spurts. They excite me, and I keep going back to the AFC Championship game in Kansas City. He was awesome. Other than that last play where he tapped Patrick Mahomes and Patrick Mahomes threw himself out of bounds, he was great. He played awesome in that game. If he can get back to that, because he injured himself on that play, if he gets back to that and we can get that consistently out of him, it's going to make a huge difference. Now, you've said this before. This is all hope, but that's what we have right now. I mean, this is where the Bengals are at. This is what we've been irritated with the Reds about.
Yeah.
This is where we're at, but we've at least seen this. I've seen this out of Joe's side when he's healthy. So that gives me that it's hope, but it's also I've seen it happen before. So
there's tape of it. There's tape of it. My thing is this is now year 5, and we've never gotten a full year of productivity.
Right.
Like that's the concern. That's the
I agree.
You see, and but even last year with them having flashing at the end, and like I don't know how many games in a row he did a sack in the last handful of games in a row. His pass rush grade was 58.0, which was 121st out of 211, so right in the middle.
Right.
He's going to need to, and especially, I mean, I think Hendrickson's going to sign, I believe, right before the opener, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's going to sit, especially now with starters. Zach committing to playing starters more in preseason games. He's not going to sign before that. He doesn't want to go, especially if he doesn't have the guarantees that he wants. He is absolutely not going to step on that field before the lights come on for real.
Do you think he's going to come back before if he doesn't get a new contract? Because I don't. I think he's going to miss at least one game. If he doesn't get a new contract, I think he's missing at least one.
I don't know.
I think he's dug in, dude. I really do.
I'm not saying he's not dug in. I'm saying I think the Bengals are going to come back before the in between, when they go through all the cutdowns and all that shit, after they get all the personnel and get down to their 53 and 46 man rosters. I think they're going to revisit it in earnest and be able to get something taken care of. It's not going to be what either side wants, but I think something will get taken care of, and he won't have to play any snaps, but he'll be ready to go because he's Trey Hendrickson and he's played 8 years in the NFL and he knows what he's doing.
I hope he gets it before then. I mean, I'm hoping he comes in next week because it sounded like yesterday they were close. I mean, just
that was just, but by the sounds of it, that was just wrong people piping smoke, blowing smoke up someone's ass. Because but by the sounds of it,
like the guys from NFL Network were saying it. Actually,
but that was I don't. Insiders on NFL Network and ESPN don't really have a good ear inside the Bengals organization.
Well, nobody
and
does.
I think that's what it is. I think that they heard, that someone was showing optimism, and the Bengals front office and everyone, Duke and Mike Brown, were saying the right stuff yesterday, but I don't think that was actually, I think that was literally just wishing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wish, therefore it is.
Now, another unit I want to talk about is linebackers. I'm very excited to see Demetrius Knight and the other guy we drafted. Why can't I think of his name? Who else did we draft from? Look it up real quick.
I don't know.
Barrett.
That guy that played that. Yeah.
Barrett
Clemson.
Yeah. I think those two honestly are going to make an impact. I think Barrett Carter is going to get more. I'm not saying more playing time than Knight. I think Knight's going to be a starter, but I think Barrett Carter is going to make an impact on this defense, especially with the way Al Golden likes to blitz. I think he's going to have some blitz packages for him. I'm very excited to see what this linebacking core is going to do. And if I keep saying this, we get consistent pressure on quarterbacks, which we didn't do last year, that's going to make our secondary even better. What's your thoughts or expectations of the linebackers?
Honestly, I mean, Demetrius Knight's he's going to take over Pratt's spot. Carter, I don't know, because I really don't know. We can look at what Al Golden did with Notre Dame's defense and where, with him being assistant coach elsewhere, but he hasn't been an NFL defensive coordinator. So we don't really have anything real to look off of to how he's really going to approach it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he had these tendencies, blitzing guys, leaving his guys on an island, but who knows if that's what his plan is for the Bengals? Because I mean, you're dealing with different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's different.
Like
Different
it's hard to
players.
really it's hard to really judge what they're going to do because this isn't like Lou, 6th year of Lou to where
Yeah.
we've got 5
That's
years
all
of
we
Lou.
go on is what he did at Notre Dame. I mean, that's all we
Right,
go on.
and so that's what I'm saying. I don't know what to expect out of Barrett Carter. I mean, he was a 4th round pick. He's got an athletic ability. He's 2 years younger than that's my concern about Demetrius Knight. Demetrius Knight's 25. Will be 25 before the season. But that's just the one. That means you just pay him one contract and let him go out the door when he's 29. But
or he's hitting his prime now, and you're getting him right at his prime. So that's the other way you can look at it.
Maybe I like getting the younger prospects in and letting them develop in those early 20s with NFL coaching and with but again, like that it's all a different strategy.
Well, one thing I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just giving you another perspective. One way you can look at it is he's 25. He could be a plug and play guy, an immediate impact guy. So
yeah, I mean you're expecting a little more maturity. Not the guys are immature, but someone who's just a little more advanced in terms of like their I don't know, preparation. Who knows?
Preparation, yeah. I mean, just like Burton. I mean, he was not mature or anything.
Yeah.
To take on an NFL.
Here we go. Demetrius Knight turned 25 yesterday, so
there you go. Yeah, Stranger said I see drafting Knight as a win now move. Yeah, that's Stranger. He was a big Knight fan. I know from the draft, so I knew when they got him. I just think the linebacker is going to be better. Pratt missed too many tackles last year. Logan Wilson, I still think is a good player, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy that to me, Dax Hill is full go for training camp. That one,
yeah, he looks good.
Yeah, because I liked the little bit I saw of him playing outside corner. I liked it, and the thing is, he's so athletic. They can move him around. He can play inside. He can play outside. Hell, you can drop back to safety sometimes if you want to. I don't think they're going to. I'm just saying that's how athletic this guy is. He could be that Ginsu knife, but you could also just keep it outside corner, and I'm not gonna say he could be shutdown corner. I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah.
That's too big to say that. But he could be a very respectable and very good cover corner for us. And I would like to see Newton. I want to see Fig on the inside. I want to see what he can do. And DJ Ivy, DJ Turner. I think Cam Taylor-Britt's going to have a bounce back season. I would have liked to see them add a veteran to that room, or at least a veteran in the secondary somehow. Veteran safety would have been nice. That would help. I mean, they got Geno Stone. Now that's it. Geno Stone, he got what 4 picks last year? Is that what it was? Or 8 picks? Something like that. He got a most of the second half of the season. This is a big year for him because if he doesn't play up to his potential or anywhere close to what he did in Baltimore, he already took a pay cut. He will be gone, I think, after this year if they don't get him going. I'm wondering if Al.
Yeah, he had 4 picks last year.
4 picks last year. Okay, so I'm wondering if Al, his defense is a little easier for them, free flowing. It seemed like once Lou, I guess, took the reins off of them, they were playing a little more of not thinking what they had to do. And that's the thing. You can't play football or sports in general and think, oh, I got to do this. You just got to read and react.
Yeah.
The second half, the last 5 games, I'll put it that way, it looked like they were more reading and reacting more than they were in the first part of the season.
Yeah, I mean, it was like Lou was just too stubborn to adapt his game plans to his personnel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that's part of the problem. Like he was playing older guys that either didn't have it, like holy crap, just spacing out. Sam Hubbard, Sam Hubbard. Left everything out there, but he didn't have it. He was not a starting caliber, and he wasn't good against the run anymore, and he had no pass rush juice.
Injured.
And they kept giving him reps. Jermaine Pratt stayed out there despite missing tackles and with an absolute shit attitude. So yeah, it took him too long to adapt and to change stuff to play different guys and to adapt to a little more simple game plan.
I agree with Hunter here. I'm excited to see Battle. I think he's actually going to get playing time this year. So yeah, breakout year for Battle this year. I agree with that. Paul here
He
says,
struggled early, and he struggled early in the year last year, and I wonder if it was part of him not pouting isn't the right word, but just not handling like he assumed he was going to be walking into a starting position that I assumed he earned because he played
yeah,
really really well as a rookie in 23. And then all of a sudden he's buried isn't the right word, but fighting an uphill battle for snaps on a
against
team that had that poor safety play ahead of him.
yeah, and Von Bell was getting all the snaps, and Von Bell was not playing very good, and
Yeah.
that had to be frustrating for him. He's like, what am I supposed to do? That was Lou's downfall. He wouldn't play these guys or develop them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you there, Hunter. I think he's gonna have a breakout year. Paul, let's get back to linebackers here. Is there a higher expectation for Knight because of his age and hopefully wisdom? That's kind of what I'm saying. That's where I'm at, because he's married. He was an Uber driver. I mean, he knows this is his shot, and he's getting a shot. He's going to be a starting linebacker. So yes, I think that there is a higher expectation for that because of his age and hopefully his wisdom.
But I look at it as this way: there are a lot of guys out there his age that are getting second contracts because they were good enough to go in the NFL at age 20, 21 years old. Not that he's not a good football player, but I'm saying like that's and he hasn't played a ton of football, so it's not like there's a ton of it's not like there's that extra wear and tear 4 years in the NFL. But you see what I'm trying to get at here. I'm not downplaying the guy.
No,
but
I see what you're saying. But
there's a reason. Why is he 25 and still 24 right. And just getting into the draft?
And people develop at different times. So
yeah.
I mean, we're hitting. I think 25 is your physical peak for most people. So this is his best shot to get what he needs to get. And like you said, it might be a one contract and done. I don't know.
I think that's what you should do with most linebackers, unless you have like an absolute stud. Anyway, that position group needs to be young and needs to be fast. And once those guys are no longer young and fast, gone. One contract and done.
Which that may be what happens here. We'll see. But I'm just talking about this year, 2025. I think he's going to have an impact on this team. We need him to have an impact on this team.
Yeah.
We need a lot of younger guys to have an impact on this team. Let's see here. Dustin. Joining late, but here's my...
Where the hell you been?
Yeah.
God.
Here's my take on contract stuff. Numb to it. I think what I've learned the last 5 years is enjoy the hunt. All right. He goes back with it. Just enjoy the play on the field. I think us fans will lean when we eventually win a Super Bowl. It won't fulfill you like you thought. You actually enjoyed the journey the most.
I don't know. I've enjoyed 40 some odd journeys, and they get repetitive when they don't end with the chip.
Yeah,
Although
good.
Can you bring back some meatballs? He's in Sweden, or at least the Swedish chef.
I'll put
IKEA. That's the best thing. Walking around IKEA, saying the names of their products as if you're the Swedish chef makes that store so much more enjoyable. You go through the labyrinthine maze that there is, and you just say the names of the stuff in Swedish chef accent, and it's so much more glorious. The Birkenstein table.
I always like Beaker. That's a Swedish stuff. Beaker.
Oh yeah, I've got a Beaker. My wife's made some because she's multi-talented and can do all kinds of shit. She made me a little Beaker key fob that's on my keyring.
He's got you. He's gonna bring you some back. There you go.
Sweet.
So one thing I'll put to you this way: the only championship team I remember and saw the whole time was the 1990 Reds. I enjoyed the journey, and I enjoyed the hell out of winning it, and I will never forget them winning it. The 1992 Final Four team for the Bearcats. I enjoyed all of that. I remember the journey, and I remember them losing. But
losing to Michigan sucked ass.
Yeah, but this is what I said.
It doesn't negate the journey.
No, this is what I said when the Bengals went to the Super Bowl in 2021. I said, enjoy this, because I've been waiting for 30 years for this.
Yeah. So,
and I'm saying this as a Bengal fan. Enjoy all of this with Joe Burrow, T. Higgins. Those three are the best players the Bengals have ever had at one time together. This is like we had the run with Andy Dalton. This run is, I know the last 2 years have not gone the way we wanted them to. This run's going to be better. I mean, it's going to end up in at least one, hopefully two or more Super Bowls. We're going to win one. You can't have this much talent on this team, and a guy like Joe Burrow, who's I think, the best quarterback in football and not win one. I mean, you can. Ask Dan Marino. But
Right.
I do think that there's too much talent on this team for that not to happen. But, yeah, I agree with us. Enjoy this. And, like, yes, we all get irritated and with the contract stuff and everything. And if anybody's looking for the Bengals to win a Super Bowl to fulfill their life, then you need to go find something else to fulfill your life, because you're going to be disappointed if this is what you're looking to fulfill your life. And you're talking about coming from a crazy Bengal fan who,
Yeah.
I gotta give a shout out to Dave Lapham again. This is funny because he did a live stream today, and I commented on there and I said it was great seeing him again Saturday at Jungle Jam, and he gave me a shout out and talked about my sloth of my millions of fans or followers or something like that. I'm like, I don't think I have a million fans, but it was funny hearing that from the great Dave Lapham.
Right. The Bengals Ring of Honor not nominee. Elect, because he's technically not in the Ring of Honor, but he's Ring of Honor elect.
Exactly. I already put that up there. I was trying to hit that. Let's see here. I don't know what you're trying to say here, Fuzzy Ball. Shemar Visaline Stewart?
Why Visine?
Or Visine? I don't know.
Because he smokes weed or something?
And bloodshot eyes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Crip, I think we had a linebacker in the 80s from Texas Tech who didn't sign, I think.
There's Ricky Hunley that didn't sign.
Was he Texas Tech?
No, I don't think so. He was Texas, or I think it might have been Texas. Let me look that up. I have Pro Football Reference. Let me go to College Reference. Ricky Hunley.
While you're doing that, T. Brookie, Dustin Crab, I agree with you. Enjoy the battle. Don't be a ring or nothing fan. You'll never
Arizona. Yeah.
Arizona. There you go.
He went to Arizona. 94, first round, 7th overall pick by the Bengals, but did not play. I think he ended up in, I want to say, Indianapolis. Denver. That's right. We traded him to Denver.
Now, one thing I want to ask you, I brought this up at the beginning. We glossed over this part. Ben Baby reported, lots of other beat writers did, that the Bengals running back Zach Moss will start on the active / non-football injury list coming off season-ending neck injury. Do you think, I'm not saying he's a long shot, but I don't know if he's really in the Bengals' plans with them signing Samaje, because they really like Samaje as far as a blocker, which, say what you want about that, but they like that. They got Taj Brooks. Chase Brown is going to be the number 1 running back. I think they're really counting on him toting the rock a lot, running game and passing game. I don't know if there's really a spot here for Zach Moss. What's your thoughts on Zach?
Probably not. I'm curious why they. Maybe it was just like nothing to. Not a whole lot to risk to bringing him back, because you have you've got those spots. You've got P. Ryan, and I thought him challenging somebody for a spot. But you've got him. You've got Taj. You've got Taj Brooks. He's not going anywhere. You've got Chase Brown, and then they always keep a like a practice. A couple guys on the practice squad that were undrafted free agents. So,
right. And I don't think Zach Moss is going to be that. They'll cut him and go somewhere else.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, we talked about it. Like we expected him to be that they were going to release him to save money or some kind of injury designation. Not that he had a ton of money, but of course we also thought we'd use that money for Trey Hendrickson. We have $30 million and not a dime being spent because we're bloody idiots.
It's not over yet. We still might, Joe.
Yeah.
T. Brookie says no room in the end unless someone gets hurt in preseason. Are you talking about the running backs there, T. Brookie?
Yeah, probably.
I think that's what you mean there. But yeah, I mean it's exciting time. Football's back. It's time to be optimistic. I mean, if you're not, I know we got the whole thing with Trey Hendrickson, Shemar Stewart. They're going to sign. Some people have said Shemar Stewart's not going to be. He's going to be a Bengal. They're going to sign.
Yeah.
Before training camp's over, I don't know. And if freaking Shemar Stewart if this dude misses a whole training camp because of, just don't go to jail. Dude, fire your agent. Just saying, fire your agent. The stranger says, Brooks will make P. Ryan running back 3. I
because
agree with you on that.
I think Brooks Brooks can block.
Yeah, Brooks can block. I completely agree with you on that, and I love Samaje. But yeah, I think they stole Brooks. I could believe he was still in what is that, 6th round? I think they got him in.
6th rounder, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm still of the ilk that, or still the belief that P. Ryan might not make it, regardless of Zach Moss. If somebody impresses them, if someone shows some kind of special team skills, that's an undrafted guy or someone that maybe they pick up in the middle of camp, then it would not surprise me if P. Ryan doesn't make it. And that's nothing against him. He's a good dude. He's a good dude, but he's also not young. And that's a position to where, unless you're Adrian Peterson or Derrick Henry, like it gets old. It gets old quick out there.
It does, especially the running back position. So, I mean, who knows? We'll see. I mean, somebody had to. I think somebody had to like blow their doors off because they did sign him. So
I mean, how many teams do that? I mean, you sign guys and then they,
I'm not saying you're wrong.
That's just how it goes.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong. I think it's a long shot to be honest. I think Samaje makes this team. Let's see here.
Probably.
Hope the Bengals learn their lesson of not taking care of contracts early instead of waiting the last minute to take care of situations. To me, like Tony, I'm glad you brought that up. That is the biggest thing right now that the Bengals, I hope they should have learned it with T and Shemar. Look, if they would have signed Trey February,
Jesse Bates,
March, Jesse Bates. Well, I'm just saying the one time if they would have signed Trey in February, March, they probably could have signed him for 31, 32 million. He probably was 35 now. I'm just throwing numbers out there because of the market exploded. They waited till him. Jamar Chase, they could, if they signed him T last year, it would have been cheaper. Market exploded. That's the thing. They have come a long ways on their contract negotiations, the way they do stuff. They need to be more proactive. Now, one day Cap brought this up where the Chiefs are getting so much praise for re-signing Karlaftis. They got him pretty cheap. The Bengals have tried to do that for other players on the cheap, and they've gotten turned down and they've gotten made fun of. Now, the Chiefs did that to Karlaftis, and oh my God, the Chiefs are amazing. But the Bengals try to do it, they're cheap. So it's just, I mean, but to your point, yes, they need to try to get out there in front of these contracts early, especially guys that are going to break the bank.
Right.
You knew this is going to happen.
You pay them early, like if you value them, like you say you do, and like that they want to go on and pretend like they're a team that builds and retains their players because they're never huge players in free agency. I mean, they went on a couple splurges for a couple years, but they've reverted to who they are, and a team that doesn't spend huge on the free agent market by and large. Then pay your guys, pay them early. Because you're going to save money. Like if you really value them and if you can do the self-scouting to realize that, this guy's that good. Jesse Bates is really the best safety in the league. Let's pay him now instead of waiting because not like they saved that money for anything. They were supposed that money was going to be saved so they could do T because I needed to pay T and Chase much money. Well, they didn't pay T for 2 years. They could have easily have fit Jesse's salary in with all those. So.
They still could have done it with as much money. They're like $30 million under the cap. They still could have gotten under there. They still, he still could be a Bengal. It's
right, exactly.
When you really think about that, it's very frustrating.
And now his contract looks like Jesse Bates' contract looks like a bargain.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, there's stuff they gotta do better on still. What do you think Al Golden is thinking about all that? As he closes his eyes at night.
What did I get myself into?
Football?
What did I get myself into?
How I'm going to get this team to dominate the NFL? I don't know. Dreaming of winning a Lombardi? I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuzzy ball.
5 million ways to rush the passer with no legitimate pass rusher. That's what he's dreaming about.
Dreaming of Joseph Osai and Miles Murphy becoming elite pass rushers. See? Yeah. Opposite ends here. Fuzzy balls. The Bengals don't like players and agents trying to negotiate through the media and humiliates the organization. I don't think they give two shits, to be honest, because I don't even think they pay attention.
Yeah, they clearly they don't. If they did, they would have done something about it.
Yeah, I don't think they care because I mean, look at Carson Palmer. Carson Palmer said he would retire, and Mike Brown said, "Go ahead."
Yeah,
I don't. Fuzzy ball. I don't think they care because if like Joe said, if they did, they would have signed him already. So
Yeah.
I think they think it's stupid. I mean, that's the thing too. We go back to the Shemar Stewart thing. I mean, his agent was going to go on Bengalorean and Drew Garrison's show.
That's the thing. Like nothing against Bengalorean and Drew Garrison, but these guys are literally just one of a million fan podcasts out in the world, and this guy's coming on their show because but he was going to come onto their show because he's a nobody. He's a hack.
But that to me tells you he's not a professional agent.
That's what I'm saying.
Who in the hell? Like, why would you come like that? Like, honestly, he emailed Cap first, and I'm like, I found this out over the weekend that he emailed Cap. I'm like, dude, I would have had him on the show. But I mean, if you don't email Fan Pocket, if you really want to get your message out, you go to ESPN or you go to Fox. You don't come to
you go to Lance McAllister or Tony Pike or someone, someone who's in who's a big mouthpiece to the team, so you can get your it's kind of refreshing to a point. Like, hey, you're recognizing new media, but like this isn't Pat McAfee show.
If you want to come on my show, email me, DM me. I will have you on. We can talk all day long. I mean, and you will get roasted by most people in the comments. I'll be nice to you. I'm not going to roast you to your face. I mean, I might, not agree with
just don't watch any episodes of the previous.
Yeah, before or after that, because I'll roast you.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that just didn't make it. I'm like, why? And this is no shade on them at all. Why in the hell are you trying to go on there? You want to get what good is that going to do?
I mean, even like you've got a pretty wide, you've got a wide reach, like, and unless you're going on with
not that wide,
right? Well, but I mean, like, why are you going to go to bigger outlets? Like, even if you're not going to go to a national outlet, again, go to the radio guys. Go to the guy, go to Paul Dana, go, on his podcast. He's the beat writer and has a podcast, and and is like has a large following. Like it's so weird.
But it looks even worse that he chickened out.
Right.
He chickened out. It's like, all right, dude, you are looking.
I guarantee he's someone who goes and searches mentions or that opens up Twitter and searches for his name just to see what people are saying.
Oh, I know he does because Baby Gronk, his biggest star, follows me now.
Yeah,
and Baby Gronk would have no idea who I was if I didn't mention his agent or say anything about it either on the show or Twitter. So so there's no freaking reason Baby Gronk should follow me at all, other than the stuff I've said about the agent.
Yeah. Also, I'm not debating you. I'm not disputing one bit. Like national media is ridiculous, but if there's a narrative out there about giving poor representation to your player, you don't go to someone that's maybe going to get a couple hundred views on his YouTube channel. Versus,
I get 1,000
somewhere.
I get more than that.
No, I'm talking just like, hey, going to a regular podcast.
I know.
Versus going to somewhere that's going to get picked up by national media. If you go on radio, like again, go talk to Lance McAllister or Tony Pike, and like those quotes are going to get picked up by national outlets, not just released into the ethos or into the ether. Whatever.
What show did the Transition go talk on? He went on McAfee's show earlier this year.
Yeah,
that's who you go on those shows if you really want.
Well, and even if you wanted to keep it local, because you're trying to, because you're sensitive little whiny bitch, and you're trying to change, opinions, from the fans and everything, you go to somewhere bigger, like that can actually reach more of the fans. It's weird.
Chris says Baby Gronk is a Bengals fan. If he is, I didn't know that. He's one of us. Let him go talk to Shemar. I have no idea if he's a Bengals fan or not. I
literally know nothing about him outside of I've heard his name for for a long time. Right.
That's the thing. I heard his name, and then when Cap looked up the agent a couple weeks ago, and he looked up the agent live on the show, and that's when he said Baby Gronk. I went, oh yeah, I've heard of that guy, kid, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't even know what Baby Gronk is even famous for, other than I guess he looks like Rob Gronkowski or something. I don't even know.
I have no idea.
It beats me. Yeah, you go and try a show. Yeah, there you go. You go and try a show.
Yeah, he's 11 or 12 years old, and like that's who you're representing.
Right. Woo. All right, fuzzy balls
Like
here.
I'm almost going Lebowski again, like 8-year-olds, dude. 8-year-olds. Like you represent 12-year-olds, dude. Actually, it says he's represented. Hang on, never mind. I don't know. Social media. It says his father is his agent.
I don't know.
Regardless.
So this guy got fired by Baby Gronk.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuzzy balls. ESPN has all the major agents' phone numbers. I guarantee you, they don't have Baby Gronk's agent's number. They might.
Right.
Not. They might not. All right, man. We've been on for an hour. It's been fun. We're gonna do some more Bengals talk tomorrow. Training camp starts tomorrow. I cannot wait. I plan on being down there. Joe, you got any final words of wisdom to Tuesday Nation before we get the hell out of here?
No, I'm smelling chicken from upstairs, and I'm ready to go eat some of that. So I don't even know what she's cooking chicken for. I just know it's chicken because that's what was pulled out. But
chicken tonight.
I'm hungry. I don't care.
Feel like chicken tonight. Chicken tonight. I know. I can sing. Hey, Joe. All right, guys. I've enjoyed that as much as I did. Thanks for watching. As always, I've been live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch. You can follow me on all those, all Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. I will be pulling the sound off later on tonight, putting on the podcast. It's on BeanPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please do me a favor. Make sure you rate, like, and review. Leave a comment and a 5-star review so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. Shout out to the sponsors of the show. They are as follows: Priority Lawn and Landscaping. You guys got a big property or multiple properties you want mowed. You got, I don't know, paper patios, retaining wall, anything lawn and landscaping required, shrubbery trimmed, flower beds cleaned out, mulched. Think Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Don't think it. Call them at 513-430-6114. That's 513-430-6114. Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Also, shout out to T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And, of course, you got Meyer Windows and Doors. Their website is meyercincinnati.com for all your window and door needs. I got them in my house. As always, I highly recommend you get them in yours. They're easy to clean, energy efficient, great-looking windows. Meyer Window, Door, and more. And, of course, my favorite brewery, More on Loghouse. We will be doing our tailgate there. We're not doing only the home tailgates. We're doing the road tailgates. Well, road be more like a road watch party. It's going to be an awesome time down there. I got so much information that it's coming at you here shortly. Hopefully I'll be able to tell you here in the next couple of weeks. But between now and then, go drink a beer, enjoy some delicious food at More Line Lager House. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow. We got Rob on the show tomorrow from California. He's his YouTube channel is Get Around. They do a golfing thing with Corey Dillon. He's huge Bengals fans. We'll talk some fantasy football, Bengals training camp, all kinds of cool stuff. Other than that, remember, Who Dey for life. And that's just sports, baby. See ya!
Another great show. You guys still here? The show's over. You can come back tomorrow. I'm out of here. See ya.